Mhm. 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 Ah, all right. Okay. Okay. All right. Look, I'm. They are not 4, not 3, but 2 days before the end of the newest Arknights event. Which means I only have 2 more streams to finish the story. But it's gone for a few months. Until it returns as a rerun, which is not going to happen anytime soon. So, because of that, what is the plan for today's stream? Today's stream is going to break my 2 hours long stream rule. Today's stream, I plan to keep reading until... I think I'm going to keep reading until MT8, until I finish MT8. And then I read the rest tomorrow. But yeah, 2 days. 2 days, 2 streams to finish this event. I don't know how long this stream today is going to be, but I am expecting something around 3 to 4 hours, maybe. Have a water bottle. Going to plan to make maybe I will have to make a slight break for toilets and to refill my water bottle. But I think I can do it. How's the audio? It's fine. Alright. Water bottle set. Chat set. Extra iPad on the side for some reason set. Now. Now. Let's get started. No more stalling. MT6. Confess. Those deep in dream return to reality, while errant angels return to their homeland. Go. Oh, is this a flashback? Hurry back to the past. It is the greatest graduation ceremony. Yup, it is back to the past, to the graduation of Exucier. It is the greatest graduation ceremony in the history of St. Theodore's Comprehensive School. No, the greatest ever held in the entire history of Lateran education. 17 giant fireworks burst up into the air as the 17-year-old red-haired Sancta strums her strings wildly, opening her solo concert. The sound echoes through the campus, rattling the windows of nearby school buildings. The pews near the stage, statues and pool. Apple pies of all kinds lie everywhere as gifts for the audience. But the entire square is empty as the red-haired Sancta plays her guitar and sings, with no teachers or students to cheer her on. It is no rare sight to see students planning her own graduation ceremony in Lateran, but she's not even at the age to do so. She fails to get her permission to graduate early, even if she has already completed her preparatory courses for university. Please don't mention university to me. Don't mention it to me. I don't want to hear about university. But what a sin, to complete them without a ceremonial flair. Students open their classroom windows and watch from afar as the red-haired Sancta strums and sings without a care, until her final number. Then they witness an unforgettable sight. Did she hack the confessarius? The red-haired Sancta plays her last notes, bows and thanks the air. The school gates then burst open as more than 100 automated confessionals flood into the campus. Oh my god, what a fucking scene. Where the audience should have been are now confessionals with their doors open, all their mobile electronic confessors joining the red-haired Sanctus performance with their volume set to maximum. Oh my fucking god. Neither Laterano's greatest core nor its noisiest heavy metal bands could rouse such a racket. Finally, the Pontifical cohorts rush to restore order on campus. As they persuade the confessionals to return to their roots, however, the instigator has long vanished from the scene, leaving only a single banner unfolding as the last firework goes off. Let's send Lemuel off on her next adventure with a bang. Was it really necessary, XJ? Was this whole scene really necessary to make this whole commotion? Lemuel stops over at the Lateran port. So there's a saint statue here too. Weird how I never noticed it before. They're actually pretty nice to look at. This is her first time leaving Laterano for a place without halos, in her search for people and essers. She suddenly thinks, for no particular reason, of how she might not return to for a long time. Didn't think they would actually let you interrogate me, sis. Only because the previous 7 cardinals got nothing out of you. Come, Hel. Help me open this. Oh, why is this thing wrapped so tight? Whoa, a Mifleaf fruit tart? I definitely butchered the pronunciation of that. But you can't blame me for that. It's not like I am French or something. The 7th tribunal is sure nice to suspect. Come on. I made it myself. There's also this. Take it. What's that now? Your diploma. After I awakened, the head of St. Theodore's, who was also mentoring me at the time, came to see me and asked me to keep it for you. Your application to graduate was rejected, but that ceremony you put together did indeed approve your skills. After all, how could you get that many confessionals to perform with you if you weren't really familiar with their programming and the Intercity Net's defense patterns? So the school consulted the Curia and granted you a diploma in the end. Congratulations, El, even if it's a few years late. Thanks, sis. I'm sure my letters found their way to you. Yeah. You know, I made a bet with Mama and Tata. They said you would major in Intercity Net security and become an expert in the Notorial Hall. But I thought you would never waste your creative mind like that. I was sure you would major in faith assistive engineering and design a new mobile confessional that would shock the city. In the end, you left Laterano. Just like that. Let me be clear, sis. I don't regret it one bit. You know, I'm not the type, and I am even less the type to let anyone hold any regrets for me. Which is why you rushed all your preparatory courses and threw that wild graduation ceremony, right? I peppered Mostima with questions about you, your work in Lungaman, your boss, your co-workers. I know you went to Syracuse, to Sargon, and many more places besides. You deal with all sorts of people every day. Gangs, cops, Amigle, Lord Demir. You're always on the move. Why does my life sound so different after going through a Mostima filter? Well, I did live a nice life after leaving Laterano. Wasn't sad or anything. I mean, you were still bedridden then. Didn't know how you got hurt. If you would ever wake up and Mostima refused to say a word. I had to know what the heck happened. You're my sister, you know. But that woman, bless her heart, keep avoiding me. I got a whole load of nothing from her. Don't blame Mostima. You know, sis, I have been through a lot this past few years. There's some stuff I would have never thought about if I stayed here. In Langeman, Mostima was the only sancta around, but he lost her empathy. Texas, Sora, Crossan, Bison, and the boss. At first, I made friends with them the same way I did here. We're all besties now, but without empathy, I sometimes still can't help but worry about silly little things. I have been trying hard to overcome that, and every time I do, our ties become a little stronger. But here, things are different. Like right now, I don't even have to think anything to know you wanna go somewhere else to give me a big proper hug. Oh, what kind of collective has empathy turned us into? Does it make us more or less sensitive to others? Does it make us so insensitive that it's easier to accept totally outrageous change? Does this have something to do with everything you have done since you came back? Lateran Sec says, just like you were back then. I gonna wake it up. No, you need to give me more than that. There's Pontifica cohort guardsmen right behind these doors, right? I heard them when I came into the room. Let me guess. Are you going to say this is your last chance or something like that? If you insist on refusing to explain why you disrupted the Summit of Nations and reveal the forces backing you, the 7th Tribunal will have to hand you over to someone else. I don't know what kind of punishment you'll face, El. Laterano's leniency has never applied to those who violated the law, especially these days. Come on, apple pie with mayonnaise. What? Uh-oh. No, wait. Now that I think about it, is the audio alright for this story segment? A bit low, hold on. There we go. Now you can hear better the music, don't you? What's going on? What? Was that an explosion downstairs? A terror attack? Aren't they interrogating the terrorism suspect upstairs right now? Who else would dare to attack the 7th Tribunal? Automated confessional, El Caro 001, in position. Oh. A mobile confessional? Fire. What's going on? Who let that in here? Did they not realize this one malfunctioning? But that's just a mobile confessional, buddy. But it is just a mobile confessional, but it sure is packing a punch, isn't it? Who thought it to be such a good idea to put so many guns on a confessional? Alert! A mobile confessional is attacking us and attempting to rescue the suspect, Lemuel. Calling all combat units, we need backup. I repeat. Again. Now the left staircase. Blow it up, and I can slow them down for a little longer. Do you read me, Al? I'm here to save you. Bunny? Sick idea. I never expected you to find out the secret of this confessional and use it to help me out. It's nothing. It took me so long to finally realize there's something unusual with its plate number. I noticed it when you stopped it before, but I didn't think too much. All confessionals start with LC for Laterano Automated Mobile Confessional, but this one starts with ELC. She practically scanned the entire city, stopping confessionals one by one, until I noticed her. Alright, Exuche. Pontifical Cohort's reinforcements will be here soon, and the Nurtury Guard are also on the move. We need to get out now. Coming right up! Oh, this is a sick illustration. And again, is this land art style? It is. It is the land's art style. Ah, so good. So good. Look at that, man. I know I said it before, but this shading, this little grains over here, it has to be a filter. It has to be a applied filter over. I think this one was applied over texture. Here though, I think it was applied over a brush. It's so nice. And here on her face you can see the classic reddish line art. And it's so nice. Oh sorry, I think I skipped something. The guards respond quickly, constructing an emergency passage upstairs, assembling to face the chaos. Exuge breaks the door open as the confessional speeds up towards her. Blocking bullets from the Pontifical Cohorts, she hops onto the vehicle and steadies herself as the confessional wobbles wildly from her landing. The Sancta's red hair flutters between the bullets and gun smoke. Confessor, wait. You have been exposed, so we can go back to normal, right? Leader, Savior, the Doctor, you're so awesome! Let's go! The Doctor is here! Oh, let's go! Doctor! Finally I can see Doctor again on a side story. There are 6 guns on the front outer rack. Feel free to use them as you please. Panini switched out the bullets for non-lethal ones. Gotcha, talk about perfect timing. The 7th Tribunal confiscated my guns. The passages on both sides are hard to break through. Then through the windows we go, the noisier the better. We draw attention and make it easier for Bunny to slip away. You won't fall apart, will you? Let me close the door, I think I'm making too much noise. There. Hold on tight, I can't promise I won't fling you out. Got it. The part's about to begin, so let's show them what a perfect pair can do. You don't know how Exuge manages to wield so many guns at once to surpass all the Pontifical Cohort's guardsmen with a hail of bullets. You're also unsure if falling from a window this high will pose a problem back in reality. What do you mean a problem back in reality? Wait, is this... There's no way. Wait, hold on, back in real. So there is two separate reality. I mean, it doesn't make sense because, like, when Federico and Arturia saw those creatures, they did say they came from a portal, but But when they said that, I thought only the creatures were in a different dimension. Well, whatever. So this whole place where Lemwin, Mostima, and Piamera are, and all the others, it is a separate reality from the real one then. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. All you do is take her and zoom to the sky. Divine Judgment! Rock and roll! Barrage! Apple... never mind. Not the best place for that. Stop saying your combat lines, Exuje. Phew, I'm beat. Finally shake off the stranglers. That was tight. Since when did they react so fast? Sure enough, you took to the roof, Cell. Always the contrarian, ever since you were little. Sis? What's with the confessional and that girl? Oh, just good friends of mine. I keep hearing beating above me, and I'm not sure if it kind of bothers me because I'm not entirely sure if they are beating because I am making too much noise or because they are hammering something. Oh, just good friends of mine. I think they're hammering something. You said all this law-breaking is about waking Laterano up? We're never the type to talk theory or explain something away with fancy rhetoric. By wake Laterana up, you mean to rouse everyone in the city awake? It's complicated. Look at me, El. Yeah? Separated by roof ridges, Lemwin looks at her sister. The sun is unbearably bright, but he said, "Look at me," so gently that Exuje does not even blink before complying. For a long time, Lemwin and Exuje stand unspeaking. Silence links the two. Oh. You're letting me walk away? We're only just created a cardinal of the 7th Tribunal. If they find out you let a prime suspect go, you're as good as defrocked, aren't you? Remember when the gunsmith had me pick a serial number for my guardian gun? Of course I remembered. You didn't even mull it over, you just went straight for the date Mama and Tata brought you home. I told myself then, protect you and them forever. Hey, sis, aren't you afraid they will say you are covering for me? You don't get it, you know. When choosing whom or what to protect, trust comes first. The time we spent together, the empathy and understanding between us, that's why I trust my sister. why I trust that she's making the right call. But the way I see it, I'm not covering for you just because you are my sister. In fact, there's plenty other reasons for me to do this. Why don't you come with me, sis? No. Your doubts. I have been having them too. Maybe there's some things I can still do in my position. Man, it is so convenient that they have this special connection between them. This understanding between them. And when I say this, I'm not even referring to the empathy that the Sancta have, but this understanding that they have between them because the fact they are sisters. It's so nice to see that despite the brainwash going on here, they still, through this connection, they are still able to understand one another to some extent and have trust in one another. I think it's this way. Yeah, we followed them all the way here. Weird. They just vanished. So fast. Do confessional engines have that power? It's too many folks here, plus Lemuel split ways from the confessional. Contact the Notorial Hall and request executor support. Also, have them scan all mobile confessionals into intercity nets to see if they can find the designated ELC-001. Roger. Look, up ahead. Hello there, monster. Today is lag day, isn't it? Grind Steve. Pedaling fiercely. Come on, monster. Come on. Get those lag gains. Finally managed to catch up to you after clearing out your escape route. I want to let the Latrans tear you apart. Thanks for the hard work. You know, I have to commend your sharp senses to figure out Laterano was facing a calamity based on just a few Sancta operators' peculiar reports. Might have been too late had we waited any longer to make our move. It's only been a few months since everything happened in Rhodes Island. We have to be on guard for anything strange cropping up. I miss contacting our branch office operators. Closure is busy restructuring the new plate. Our elite operators are making sure the landship is secure. While you didn't take more than a second to decide to come to me. Come with me. Welcome. It used to always be. Alright, Dr. Kira, what's next? We are hiding for so long, but now our efforts have gone to waste. We need to make sure Exuciate can move unhindered. There's no longer any point in hiding our tracks. True. The strange ritual's over, and people have already woken from the dream. I'm sure the machine is already reacting, and the Curia and Nurtury are speeding things up on their respective ends. Does it still want everyone to finish their dreams to complete its, experiment? I can't use any of my skills here, and their comms control turned you into this. They have cut down your engine power too. You move pretty slow now. I'm glad you're here, monster. I couldn't find anything else to drag you around either, so... Great, Steve. Doctor. Open your door. There's a couple of donuts in there. Chomp. I have to refuel my energy. Oh my fucking god. I'm being ragdolled once again. God fucking damn it, man. You're fucking hell. I have legs, you know. I'm sure I could at least try to keep up with you. No, actually, scratch that. I just remember. Canonically, the Doctor is physically weaker than other Terrans. Grinds teeth. Running wildly, brandishing claws. Are you holding on? I am kind of used to it. I'm fine. It's just like how you used to carry me around. Now's not the time for jokes, Doctor. The Shrine of Nurture incubated these monsters with halos in the dream, but how did they get them to invade reality? Look at the projections on the buildings. Notice the strange colors around us? Oh, sharp eyes to notice all these little details while I am dragging you at a high speed. Glad you have excellent dynamic visual acuity. Uh-oh, they are catching up. Alright, hold on tight. Ah. Ah. Oh, man. Oh, man. Man, well, I guess this is just part of the routine, right? The daily Doctor routine being ragdoll around. Just like that. So, what strange stuff were you talking about anyway? It's not the dream collapsing that's affecting reality. The dream is just a facade. It's already using reality itself. So the chaos in Lateran wasn't caused by that machine going haywire. The opposite. It dragged everyone into this collective dream just so it could maximize its synchronization efficiency and output a pre-programmed result. Which it could do if it was running at full power. Doctor, we have to know what it ultimately wants Laterano to become. What exactly prompted it to make this decision? Monster, have you found the connection point yet? I have tried various methods ever since we came to Laterano with our lead and in hand and entered the dream, but... Shakes heads aggressively. Man, she's so lively. Okay, mind you that so far I have not read chapter 15 yet, so this is my first time seeing monster, human monster personality. Is so lively. Shakes head aggressively. The machine's operating logic is too unique. I need more time. We are already exposed in both dreamland and reality, Doctor. The city's rejecting us like a virus. So our current priority is to stay alive. Calamity is already here. You're certain. But there is no time to express any regret as you and the monster rush through illusion and reality. Clean. No. Looking for a lead on the trail of your fate. They are so silly. They are so silly. The Doctor and Monster duo is so fucking silly, man. This trip to Laterano has been perilous, yet the bumpy ride somehow helps you shelve some of your concerns. Uncautiously, you have already entrusted your life to her. The monster. What a silly. Okay, this was a good first impression. Thank you, monster. What? This was a good first impression, by the way. Monster, okay. Monster did left me a good first impression. I like Monster already. She's so silly. I like dorks. If you have seen my streams, my previous streams so far, you should have known that I like dorks, okay? And by extension now, I like Monster too. Man, so glad I did manage to get her on the banner. God. Now, what about you two? Is that... I thought I was seeing things. Shall I go greet our mutual friends? Keep moving, Arturia. Are you not worried about the doctor? I am worried. But it's not my top priority at the moment. It is the first time I have seen that woman who took the doctor away, but her appearance and combat style are familiar to me. Oh, so he never saw human monster before. Okay. With her, the doctor is not in imminent danger. Also, the doctor has drawn away many of the monsters and created an opportunity for us to escape. We should leave at once and locate the Pope. Fede, I will help you add what you just said into your mission report for Rhodes Island. I will write it myself. That was silly. That was silly and I love it. Oh. MT6 after. Since we have come up empty-handed, the room shows little signs of recent human activity. His usual household furniture, such as the rocking chair, coffee maker, and shooting target, are all covered with dust. The terminal shows no communication records or abnormal messages. There is no opportunity to produce any additional evidence for now. Preliminary deduction. Pope Evangelista 11th has been missing for roughly 2 weeks. I only met His Holiness once, and mentally prepared myself to know something really has happened to him. Arturia, explain. You seem to have a theory as to where His Holiness has gone. There he is, finally showing yourself in this event, huh? We meet again, Grandpa, with the Lateran candy. The Curious Joint trial has already concluded. With your signature on the verdict, the condemned shouldn't be having a private meeting with the Pope, though. Oh, so what's your decision? So straightforward? I imagine you would say something like, I was just taking my post-dessert walk and accidentally bumped into you. As for whether I'm willing to become a so-called saint, I believe we had a true discussion on the topic when I was at Rhodes Island. We certainly did. I'm quite fond of that landship myself. A pity our meeting was so short. I still remember that sunset, when you performed a not-so-Lateran piece. I also remember you were hoping for me to provide more evidence. Yes. Do you still remember my words, child? That every light we know will one day be extinguished? It's etched into my mind. It's an interesting expression, after all. That day will soon come. Of course, it is just a hunch. The Pope points to his own halo. It's been sending me a lot of warnings lately, but refuses to respond to any of my questions. What does that mean? To put it in another way, our glorious law is suddenly no longer interpretable. I only know how to play the cello, Your Highness. Your Holiness, not Highness. He's not a king. He's just a pope. He's just a silly little pope. Of course, of course. Interpreting Holy Scripture is the Pope's job. Trouble has popped up at work, and I have to figure out how to solve it somehow. So, what do you need me to do? Stay vigilant. I'm not sure what exactly will happen, so this is the only thing I can say. If the holy city lights do go out, then trust in your ideal understanding, your ideal emotion, the kind of unreserved, pure, and honest communication that you seek. An alienus like you will then perhaps become a panacea or a poison, but regardless, you will turn things around. Sounds as if I have no reason to refuse you. Though I'm not the only alienus Laterano has. Indeed, I was just about to contact the other saints. Though I pray we still have the time. So that's why you began suspecting your surroundings so early. Not the whole reason, Fede. One's inner main theme may stay the same, but it's hard for me to miss those supplementary and missing segments, all blended together too seamlessly. Mr. Hildegard is a good example. What concerns me more, though, is that the incident happened before His Holiness managed to find you. The situation is too complicated. All of Laterano has fallen to an unfathomable calamity on a scale near to what we experienced in the Witch King's pavilion. We require support. Fortunately, I have my cello with me. He still has some reservations about the fact that about her using the cello, Federico. I mean, I can understand. I can understand your worries, Federico, if that's the case. After all, she is a bit of a suicide machine, Arturia. Magister? There is no answer. Vanini walks around the workshop, but fails to find her master. She spots a bottle of eye drops on the workbench, uncapped. Oh, hello. Vanni, about time. Huh? A Gunnight came by earlier and took Paganini away. Before he left, the Gunnights told me to tell you to hurry over to the Curia to assist their investigation. Vanni, are you in some sort of trouble? Either way, you better get to the Curia. The Gunnight wasn't in the best of moods. Magister. It must be because of her and Elle, but no matter, she thinks. Her master should not get caught up in this. Wait, these are... Some bullet casings are scattered on the workbench, as if they were casually left by a careless gunsmith. Vanini puts on her gloves and begins collecting them as she usually does. But suddenly, she feels as if she recognizes these casings, like they're old friends. The shells are smooth to to the touch. Even the etchings have been rubbed flat. How many times have they been handled? What kind of bullet casings would receive such care? And in whose hands? Vanini takes off her glove. She touches a casing. The metal is still slightly warm. Heck. Those Mel, Lord Almighty, you scared the glasses off me. Are you finally going to say something? I have already 4. You are already 4, you know. Any Sancta your age would be speaking with a bright halo over their head. Alright, I was hallucinating. You still can't talk. I would have left this rotten place long ago if I hadn't picked you up by chance. Just thinking about having to live in the same city as that damn patrician makes me sick. How many hospitals and churches have we been to, huh? And still no one has any idea if you are just born like this, or if your lord has a problem with you. It's been 3 years. You have no halo, and neither do I. So of course I have no clue what's going on in your head. Seems like I have gotten used to my little mute here. And even I, myself, am growing quieter day by day. Whatever. You haven't run off in the middle of the night, so just assume you like it here. That's enough for me, from me. Considering how responsive you are, if you ever want to communicate with me, you have to figure out a way yourself. Bunny, let's go. Why the sudden hugging and crying and laughing? Did I flip a switch somewhere? You don't usually respond to anything I say. Are you trying to make up for all these years at once? Also, what's with the sudden light over your head? Those doctors and clerics treating you, past 3 years couldn't do a thing. But you pick a gun with that Lemuel kid and now you're fine? You can't speak, huh? Don't you Sancta sprout halos from your first words? Did your halo come out early because you got impatient? Oh, now that I think about it, if by some misfortunes a Sancta, quote-unquote Sancta technically, is born mute, they will never receive their halo. I never really thought of that before. Oh, wait, but then, if they are born a Sancta, but they never receive the halo, what exactly are they? Technically. Well, I guess they technically are still Sancta after all. It's not... Just because they don't have a halo doesn't mean they aren't Sancta. I mean, they still have their wings, right? Even if they can't speak. Water. Grabs her master's hand and nods vigorously. I am no Sancta, so I don't get how you communicated with that kid through the Guardian gun, or how much it mattered to you. In any case, now I know you can understand me perfectly, and that's enough for me. Gripping her master's face feathers. Oh, okay, that hurts. If you're willing to listen, I can teach you a less violent way to communicate. Sit here and stay. Look at these bullet casings. Here, I'll teach you. What a kind bird, man. This is a guy's What a kind word.
Since when am I able to talk? I shouldn't.
Oh, the cracks are forming. The cracks are forming. The cracks of the dream, finally. To little Vanini, understanding and expression were a pair of rusty doors blocking her from communicating. She lived with the regulus and eccentric Liberty for 3 years, unable to figure out when she was happy or angry, unable to express her own annoyance or adoration. She never thought a sancta with both fiery hair and personality would blast a hole into her sealed-off heart without the need for words. Later, her master pieced small bullet casings together and, word by word, taught her a whole new language. Even after she finally learned some simple phrases, they still used the shells to communicate. But today, she no longer remembers when exactly she did finally manage to grasp the most complex of sentences, let alone how many times she nonchalantly tossed the shells left by her master into the trash. She dares not imagine his perplexed face as he rubbed the shells they used for more than a decade, wondering why his student no longer cherishes this special language from the depth of her memory. Through tearful eyes, she realizes, once more, what those cases mean. It's a warning.
No, Magister. Oh, Vanny, I just remembered something that was bothering me. When the Gunlights took Paganini away, it didn't look like they were heading for the Curia. I would say they were going towards the Shrine of Nurturing.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Cardinal Lemoine, forgive me for my tardiness. I was just sorting out the Guns Committee handover documents. There's just so much. Why are you here?
Cardinal Aide Amos. Have a seat. Man, they sure like the beats, huh? My neighbors, I mean. Easy now. Just passing on the Curia's newest orders.
What kind of orders require your presence?
The Curia has decided to suspend all of Cardinal Lemoine's work, and you shall serve as an acting Cardinal of the 7th Tribunal until her work review is complete.
What?
You heard me. The 7th Tribunal was raided by unknown forces recently, and the suspect Lemuel, who attempted to disrupt the Summit of Nations, managed to escape during the chaos. Good job, XJ, good job. Cardinal Lemoine made contact with the suspect, but released her without authorization. After further investigation, it was discovered she acted similarly during the Pagus Stevanos explosion and the attack on the Shrine of Nurturing. Cardinal Lemoine has engaged in severe violations of the 7th Tribunal's Code of Conduct, as well as the law.
But why me?
We wouldn't have captured the suspect without the crucial evidence you provided, and perhaps the nativity would have been sabotaged. Amos, you have spent more than a decade in the 7th Tribunal, correct?
2 more months, and it will be exactly 14 years.
You're the oldest functionary here, and are familiar with the 7th Tribunal's business. Does that not make you the most suitable candidate? It may have been an absence of opportunity, rather than a personal lack of ability, that has prevented you from playing a more important role. Be more confident in yourself, boy. Yeah, come on, boy. Middle-aged boy. Be more confident. Boy. Reverend Patrizio, I have always felt you did not like me much. I still remember the first time Aurelia and I went to visit you. It was not you but Fiametta, who had just came home from school, welcomed us. I mean, I don't like you. Aurelia was my best student, exceptionally talented in armored combat and firearms, but she had too much of a character and an extreme way of doing things. While you, on the opposite, were too weak, and yet, these are your own choices. I will just say this again. I wasn't home that day because my armor broke and needed fixing. Besides, if we are going to make it personal between us, you're the one who's holding a deeper grudge, right? I personally expelled Aurelia from Laterano, after all. When it comes to that, I only blame myself. You're right, I am too weak. I have nothing to my name. I couldn't help Aurelia diffuse her anger, even though I was right there with her. And so she hurted the shackled Sarkas in the Abbey, and ultimately leveled her gun at her own people. And after she made the terrible mistake, I didn't even manage to see her one last time. Reverend Patrician. I really can't do anything. Then think on what you can still do now. Now? The Summit of Nations is still ongoing, and the 7th Tribunal has lots of business on hand. You will be temporarily created Cardinal, as the Curia has decided. Alright. What? Handshake review complete. You now have access to Cardinal privileges and permissions. Wait, so fast? I still haven't... Cardinal Amos, in the face of calamity, Laterano must strive for efficiency. So there will be no welcome tea and cake for you. Well, good. Congratulations, I guess. Amos, I think. With the Arknights gone, Amos pulls out a chair. He opens his terminal and his privileges have indeed already been updated, as Patrician said. And I wish this level of efficiency when dealing with the with my college systems. God damn. Everything happened so fast. He needs some time to adjust. He suddenly realizes something. He taps on the File Explorer and scrolls all the way down, finally arriving at his target at the bottom. He opens the document, his finger pausing on a signature confirmation page. Aurelia, I finally... Newly created Cardinal Amos sees a smile on his face reflected on the terminal screen. It is a little ridiculous, he thinks. Good for him, at least, I guess. Also, hello there, I don't remember seeing this NPC sprite before.
This is... It's Laterano. We are finally back. No, something's off. Those strange colored shadows. Look at their shapes. They are projecting the Shrine of Nurturing? What's going on? Has Laterano changed, or do we have brain damage? Watch out, behind you!
Rain. What exactly is this thing supposed to be now that I look at it? Maybe it's a dog, right? It has 4 legs, sure it has some wings, but doesn't really matter. It's supposed to be a dog, right? Like a mutated, ugly dog.
A creature? With a halo? What? There's more and more of them. Wait, stay back. I don't need that extra halo on me. Nice shot. They don't dodge bullets. We should be fine.
Oh no. Oh no. Will she become a fallen because of that?
Why do you look so dazed? Let's clear our way out. What's wrong?
Yeah. Yes, she did. She does become... so technically these things are their kin. Man, that sucks. Imagine having to fight against something that you shouldn't fight against. This sucks. Because of this, technically no Sancta can fight these things. At least not use lethal force against these things. I guess they would need to rely on the library of the city, I guess.
You are... fallen? Our awakenings may have influenced others to wake up as well, but there are also more of these halo-sporting creatures.
Those creatures dragged the awakened into the strangely colored projections and then vanished together. They did not even manage to retaliate, and the Sancta who shot at those creatures have fallen.
Fede, I'm afraid my joke from before was no joke at all. Things are considered Sancta and thus our people. How strange and chaotic their hearts sound. What should I listen for? What should I listen for within the mass? What should I share with them? They can't feel our emotions either, and are anxious over it. They desperately want to share theirs, but they can only resort to brute force. Like an infant yet to grow a halo, no matter what they want to express, they can only cry and grab at their parents' sleeves. Yes, they are our people, just too immature.
Immature, but powerful. The law grants an infant a halo when it speaks its first words, because language represents rationality's awakening. And rationality refers to a Sancta finally gaining the capacity to be conscientious of their people and the law. Why would the law deem a pack of non-sentient creatures as Sancta, and also compel them to use brute force to intervene in their people's fates? Anomalies only continue to multiply. Currently, the only individual we may cooperate with is the Doctor. Being present already, the Doctor must know something about the current situation. Arturia, Are you certain the doctor remembers the sound of your strings?
The doctor was almost present at every of my few performances on Road Silence. I pity the doctor was never my intended audience, but I ought to be glad the doctor seemed to have been listening carefully every single time.
You didn't like that, Federico? You didn't like that? Got a little worried by that? Considering the... Have you got a little worried by knowing all the chances that Arturia could have done something to the doctor and you weren't there to stop it? Only your first sentence contained actual information, Arturia. Oh, that's... Oh, I see. That's what was bothering him. Wait, so is the reason why Arturia is not such a yapper on this event is because of Federico's influence?
Sure. Well then, Fede, I will guide the doctor with my cello.
A sudden notification beep interrupts the two.
Here and now, of all times?
Federico checks his communicator.
Hello? Can you hear me? Aurela, former citizen ID, LC00733458. A group of Erari Sancta and war refugees, currently north of the Lateran city, 3 kilometers out. Requesting permission to enter the city.
Man. Lateran is fucked, isn't it? It definitely sucks to be on Laterano right now, doesn't it? With all these things roaming around. Still, I guess in this situation, perhaps the biggest priority would be to find Evangelista. I would imagine that he, amongst all people, would know exactly what's happening. Well, maybe he and the matriarch also. Who knows? Anduin. Not sure. I'm still not entirely sure how much Anduin actually knows about what's the whole thing going on here. And I guess the only way to know is to find out, right? MD7. Funeral. All walk towards the inevitable end. That is why the continuity of meaning is so precious. Go. And now I raise the volume back up. There we go.
This is the place. Enjoy some rest. I thought I was going to the Notarial Hall or the Basilica to be questioned about Arturia's escape. The gun knight who brought you here has other business to attend to. He asked me to tell you not to worry about the Arturia case. Long has land and monastery served the holy city dutifully. There will be no excessive penalty just because a single prisoner escaped. Phew. That's good to hear. It was for another reason that you were brought here. There are so many... Would you prefer a quieter location? No, what I mean is... Why is everyone in this nursery library?
That's so they are segregating the library into the same location, or maybe more precisely, all the non-Sancta people here. They're definitely going to try to use them to feed into something or something along those lines. Hold on, let me open the door. There is a cat wanting to. Yeah, meow, 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 whatever. Whatever you say, kitty. Alright, back to the story. Hildegard scans around the room and sees the library in all sorts of outfits, sitting or standing. There is little conversation, only the steady ring of the comfort bells. Also, now that I think about it, the chat did not get bugged, right? I'm not missing any messages. Okay, yeah, I not. Okay, alright, okay. Sorry. Hundreds, thousands, too many to count. An entire city's worth of library seems to be assembled here. Since when did this nursery become so large? No, more importantly, why are all this library here? Don't tell me. You have a room full of perils, a room full of felines, a room full of lupus? An astute observation. We also have rooms for fallen angels and Tarkas. Oh, segregation, awesome, let's go. You are awfully forthcoming. The Shrine of Nursery has nothing to hide. At the conclusion of the Nativity, the Curia announced that the Sancta will share the halos with all races. The simplest method is to do it race by race. Good boy. What do you want? You want a lap? Come here. Come on. Don't be shy. There we go. Now, just sit on my lap and behave, okay? If you do that, I will let you stay here. No. I told you to stay quiet. No. Don't try to go into my desk. Do you mean we can have halos too? We can feel each other's the way Sanctas do? As you felt the Arbor Beast's heartbeat at the Nativity. Why? Why? What? Why do we need halos? That's actually a good question. Why do all of this? So, you brought me here not because of Vanini, but because I am Liberi? Yes. I will get a big old light over my head, like yours. Go on in, Beck. Sounds like I don't have a choice. And it also sounds like a wonderful thing, doesn't it? At least it will be good for your eyes. More than that, I think. If I had a halo, I would be able to tell what that metal heart of yours was feeling when you kicked Gia out of Laterano. I know you blame me for that. Glad to know that you know. Maybe things would have gone better for you if that hasn't happened. Over centuries of Lateran history, many have tried to recreate the terrifying high-caliber revolving antique gun that the ancient tomes described. Only you succeeded. That design, which assumed the user could withstand a recoil 5 times that of an ordinary gun, was the work of a genius. a genius, or a madman. Oh, are you bragging about being born to be a gun knight? After all, you successfully tested my design before ever putting on a suit of armor. I just thought we were born to be partners. You and I and Gia were always the best of friends, from primary school through university. My first official mission as a gun knight was to exile Gia from Lateran. After that, you gave up gunsmithing to the Apostolic Knights, for the Apostolic Knights. Opened a workshop somewhere I didn't know about. And now, I decided to retire, alright? You and your Vapa shrine of gunsmithing, what use do you Sancta have for me? If you treat gunsmithing like making potato chips, it's a crime to be non-Sancta, is it? Gia got exiled. I get to have a halo put on me. The Libri aren't allowed to live in Laterano the way we are now, are we? The thing that with Gia had nothing to do with being Libri. Even if she was Sancta, the Lateran wouldn't allow someone of Veripati. You don't know shit. Lateran order and Lateran purity again? How many times do you think I have heard that garbage from you? You really believe in it yourself? Somnias, dormis. How could you? If you have thought even once about how Gia died out there alone. I admit, I did believe in it, Patrician. Until that day. We got hangovers together, played with guns together, cried and laughed together. No one in Laterano could clink glasses like we could. But when I saw Gia disappear into the wilderness, you just turned around and went back to Laterano the way you did. That's when I realized. We never actually shared a damn thing. Yikes. I see. So that's what exactly is the gripe between these two.
The halo is not a bad thing, Sister Hildegard. It's Laterano's blessing on us. I know. From the earliest nomads who followed the burden beasts, the Libri has always learned from the Sancta, from their ways of living to their ways of thinking. The Libri long for a better life. They long to be part of the Holy City. We understand that. I know. I told that story to Arturia not so long ago. But there's only one thing the Libri can never learn from the Sancta. The Halo. That is why certain conflicts between the Sancta and other races living in Laterano have lingered to this day. Unable to keep part in Sancta's empathy, you are troubled by doubts about your faith. You suspect Laterano of being different, of alienation. To help with London monastery's finances, you are away from Laterano for a long time, Sister Hildegard. That is why you may not have sufficient understanding of the situation.
But at least you should give her a choice. The way that things are going here, it feels more like you're just forcing the Halo onto people.
You can ask your fellow Libri. I know how many outsiders who live here envy your empathy. This is why we will now share it with everyone. There be no more misunderstandings or differences. We will truly understand one another and eliminate the conflicts and barriers between us. The library will become a truly inseparable part of Laterano.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like when you say inseparable. Freaky is giving me Church of the Deep vibes, actually.
I just feel sad. What? I grew up in the city. I know where no one can find the best. I know where one can find the best desserts. Which alleys have cloud beasts that have a special taste for pumpkins? Which buildings have rooftops perfect for stargazing? To London Monastery, I made beer and bread with the Sancta Sisters, traveled to other countries to solicit sponsors, and got completely plastered whenever we came back. I took pictures of how their wings went through the backs of their chairs when sleeping. And they played lullabies in the chapel when I sneaked out, so that the abbot would sleep a little longer. I remember that. Actually, the abbot knew, we just didn't want to scold you. I am Lateran. I like this place. I love it very much. You're right that I often find myself on the outside looking in. I don't know why the Sanctas who had been crying a moment ago started laughing and singing at the cohort's funerals. But my father was a hunter. Every winter, he would go into the mountains with his friends to hunt. He told me that even hunters who have hunted together for decades can have different ideas when they see the same quarry. They sometimes even fight over it. Everyone is different. That has nothing to do with whether or not we have a halo. But you tell me I won't truly become a Lateran until I have a halo. You mean to say that I wasn't a true Lateran for the past 20 years? Has my entire life been a poor imitation? It has, Sister Hildegard. But you should not see that as a rejection of you or any other library. It is simply a necessity for the acceptance of Laterano. I don't care about rejection or acceptance. I just don't think there's anything wrong with my life. And I don't see a reason why I have to accept the so-called blessing.
Oh god. Oh god. Good job, Hildegard. You did it. I don't think they like that. And why do I think I don't like that? And why I say I think they don't like that? Because the music stops. Things are about to get very dangerous very fast. And I am afraid of what these things are capable of doing when they get angry. Oh.
Laterano has already made a decision, Sister Hildegard.
I was going to force them into. It was the first time I experienced a parting. It wasn't a good feeling. I guess that was when my life started to go off the rails. It's like those popcorn movies, you know. The Chainsaw Guy series and The Bridges of Mikkelion. First Gia, then you, then my finest student. I exiled her from Laterano personally. I worry too, about Thea. Are you worried that your dear granddaughter might run away and you will die alone? You all had your issues. I tried to do something, but never actually helped anyone. Do you really try? Or are you just lying to yourself to feel better? Maybe both. But there is something you got wrong. I support the idea of halos for everyone, not only because I want to protect the order and purity of the holy city. You're making Lateran sound awfully racist by putting it this way. Were you not racist before, huh? Patrician, come on now. Come on, you guys were a little racist. You guys... Maybe I don't even know if a little is a appropriate description. In my head, at least, you guys were the most openly racist of them all. Which was awesome and funny, to be honest. A Laterano, where everyone shares the halo, will truly become one and whole. We will be able to solve the unimaginable calamity that threatens all of Terra. It will also solve all the problems we have been having, including... Anyway, I think that's enough sharing for now. You gracious, thank God that's over. Hearing all that garbage from you again is making me sick to my stomach. Go on in, Bag. And what if I say no? I don't want that light show have gotten your head, and I got no interest in studying your honorable motives. Paganini levels his gun at the gun knight. Just give it a minute. What do you mean? You're a genius gunsmith, Peg, but you are a library. You can't use the guns you make. They're just your calling cards. If you're really that furious with me, give it until the ceremony. Then you can put a bullet in me. Once you have a halo, you will be able to use it. Paganini smashes the gun against the gun knight's armor. Pieces fly in all directions, and the broken gun stock makes a dull thud as it hits the ground in the distance, echoing throughout the corridor. Go on in, Peg. Well, at least he tried, you know. At the very least, he tried. No one can say that he did it. He didn't. Legatus Mostima, Overseer Fiamera. Your contribution to Laterano is much appreciated. Now, kindly, come this way. The nursery is already filled to the brim. The ceremony is about to begin. The matriarch will first enlighten the library, who have lived in Laterano for many years. Then, the broken halos and wings of the fallen angels will be repaired. Quickly now, I will lead the way. Ha! Take that! Let's go! Exugiate! Exugiate! Time to fight! Time to fight! MT7 after. Come in. Cardinal Lemon. I am afraid you have to find another way to address me now.
And I was under the impression that the Curia wasn't letting anyone visit me. Isn't that right?
I put in a report. I was just only created. It's only natural that I would seek my predecessor's advice.
You have adapted quickly, Cardinal Amos. I thought you said you didn't really have aspirations.
Senora, I didn't come to gloat. Our relationship was never cloak and dagger, was it?
Sorry. But if you came to ask about Lemuel, I have already said this many times. I have no idea where she is.
It's something else that I want to ask about. Did you sacrifice your career only to protect your sister? Or did you truly believe what she said? From the Nativity to the Submissive Nations, something doesn't seem right about all that has been happening in Laterano lately. It's like we have come down with a sort of illness.
They are the same thing to me.
There's something I want you to see.
Amos turned his terminal on and handed it to Lemuel. What is this?
Application to join the Legati. I wanted to be a Legatus and get assigned to Bolivar.
You want to leave Laterano? Why?
My wife and I... We had a big fight and left. When I came back, she had gone on a mission dealing with Sarkas raiders attacking caravans in the wilderness near Castel. She's always been like that, never listening to people. It was winter. I figured she wouldn't be back until spring. I was thinking about doing something to make up for my leaving. You know the rest about what happened to her. Fallen, exiled, etc. It was convenient that the 7th Tribunal was responsible for national security and foreign relations. It took a long time, but I finally found out where she went. I thought...
I understand. What do you mean, though, when you said something didn't feel right?
The selection standards for Legati are extremely high. A man of my ability didn't really have much hope, so the application sat in my draft box for a long time. Until...
You approved your own application when you were created Cardinal of the 7th Tribunal?
Yes. Let's go! Let's go! Dodging the system. Yippee! Good fucking job, Amos. Good fucking job. Isn't that illegal? Shouldn't something like that be illegal? I think it probably is, right? It has to be. Reverend Patrician said all I needed was an opportunity when he informed me of my imminent creation. I am sure he meant something else, but this is all I could think of. However, the moment I approved the application, it just vanished. No notice of rejection, no records to be found anywhere. It just disappeared from my terminal, like it never existed. There was no way the application would have gone through. I would not be allowed to resign my cardinalate and become a legato so quickly. Besides, all the legati have been recalled to Laterano. I wouldn't be able to go and see Aurela, even if I really did become one. For me, approving the application wasn't even about making up for anything. It was just a small, insignificant comfort.
Who would want to wipe away such a small comfort? For me, it was enough to make me question if this Laterano is real. Finally, the cracks! Oh, thank God, more cracks. Yes, please. Please wake up, please wake up and join me, Monster, and the others. So we can fight whatever the fuck this is. Also, sorry I bumped into the mic. Maybe your sister was right. Have you told anyone else? No, I couldn't sleep last night. You were the only one I could talk to about this. This isn't some newfangled interrogation technique, is it, Cardinal Amos? You can trust me, Senora Lemoine. We both have things that truly matter to us. Few things. An interesting point, Senor Amos. By the way, there is an even bigger nativity schedule at the Shrine of Nursery today. Please show up, Lemoine. Please show up. Please show up. Save Fiamera and Mostima. Please. We prepare for death all our lives. Even in a place like Rocamarea, where everything is washed out by tides of plague and famine, an old man may lick his parched lips and say something to the effect before his eyes close forever. Words as old as time, as they say. To some, they are an eulogy, to wishes unfulfilled, to others an utterance free of regret. But there is a common premise between the two. Death is the conclusion of life. So, Anduin, what exactly is your deal here? For some reason I got the impression that you don't exactly fully know what's going on here, but... I don't know. I hope the game will explain it to me. I'm really curious about this aspect of it. Ah, the Antichrist. Ah, this fucking thing. Looks up in confusion. Flaps wings anxiously. Indeed, child. Your mother will answer no more. She has died. Soft chirps. The mother has breathed her last. Anduin gently closes her eyes. The fledgling leans over. He is trembling. Even the sheen of his hide darkened. Anduin places him on his own knee and looks into his eyes. The fledgling's voice is mumbled. Anduin does not speak the language of beasts, but he can feel sorrow, like a current running beneath the calm surface. The fledgling ends his own. Death is accompanied by new birth. When your mother knew that her own life was beyond saving, she chose to leave the hope of life to you. She used her last strength and succeeded. This is your first lesson. Rocamarea, the town with the clock tower.
the abbey in the wilderness, and now I have experienced many things, many such moments, and now I have another. Each experience brings deeper insight. All walk towards the inevitable end. That is why the continuity of meaning is so precious. Death is a parting, a gift from the departed to the living, the beginning of the living's own salvation. Do not fear, child. Lament and remember. I will do so with you. I will stay outside and leave her funeral to you, Alduin. What of the matriarch? She is indisposed, preparing for the nativity to bestow halos upon all the non-sancta here. She sends her apologies. No matter. We have grown accustomed to welcoming new life with ceremony, while funerals are always simple. Tell the matriarch that it will be a little while before I return to duty. Are you alright? The mother's passing was sudden. The child is young and unaccustomed to such sorrow. I must stay by his side. No, it's you the matriarch is worried for. What do you mean? Matriarch said she and you had been with this mother for a long time. He understands the sorrow in your heart. You are a thinker. Every journey gives you inspiration, but also fatigue. As for the child, he is a miracle. He has the strength to emerge from darkness. The matriarch wishes me to tell you that no new life in Lateran will ever succumb to calamity, nor sorrow. They will be born equal, they will be brave, and they will be strong. Laterano will see to it. Anduin feels the fledgling arbor beast push against his arm. He wants to calm him down, but the fledgling pushes his hand away and spreads its wings. The fledgling takes flight, landing on a comfort bell in the middle of the room, making a pleasant sound. Anduin watches in confusion. He has worn a halo for decades, yet his eyes still struggle to adjust to the fledgling's dazzling light. Flaps wings forcefully. He has been with the fledgling day and night. He knows what these movements mean. The fledgling is inviting him to play. The nurturer who can never turn down a child stands stunned. He wants to communicate his sorrow, decline this incomprehensible invitation in the most tactful way possible. Eventually, he steps up and takes the young arbor beast's claw, dancing a waltz in the middle of the empty room, along to the comfort belt. The arbor beast's excited cries echo throughout the room. His feathers shine bright under the halo, showing its sheen unreserved in the spinning circles. Their steps grow quicker, and Anduin looks towards the body of the deceased mother, trying to ascertain his own emotions. Then, he realizes with a start. He is no longer sad. He is joyful as the fledgling. He is beautiful as the fledgling. He sings and dances for the future with a heart full of hope. just like the fledging. Their spinning steps draw beautiful circles in the ground and in the air. Is this what Sancta means? Only the instinct to avoid pain, but no right to sorrow and mourning. Is this the Sancta? Is this the miracle of life? Nobody answers his hysterical call. His matriarch is bestowing halo after halo upon the people in the Hall of Enlightenment. He alone stops in his tracks. He recalls a funeral, one that should not exist in his memory. A field of irises, a child, cruel but sincere confessions and prayers, ringing bells. Is still no answer? Hey, Aurela. Don't you believe me? You listen for yourself. Ouch, that sound hurts my ears. It's just noise. Can't make out anything. What's going on, Aurela? You're asking me? You're a gun knight. Where, at least? You know more about these things than we do. You said it yourself, I was a gun knight. The static is bad enough. You wanna add to the noise and I know plenty of ways to shut you up. Sister. Don't be afraid, Hugo. Please, Aurela, the children are watching. The Sanctas have come a long way after a terrible ordeal that left them with broken halos, and a heart full of fear, with no comfort in sight. The intercity net of Laterano has always been very stable, with dedicated personnel performing regular maintenance on communicators' equipment located in settlements outside the city. This emergency communication post is only 3 kilometers from the Lateran city. If any one of them is still working, this would be it. But I have sent a dozen hails through the special channel with no response. Is Lateran really done for? Huh. Could you try a few more times, Aurela? You look even more nervous than them. Do I? Nueda does not say more. A few children come over and grab the hem of her dress, staring forward with her. The white walls of Laterano are already visible from the settlement. Impeccable as the clouds, it looks like the abode of a holy spirit who accidentally ventured into the mortal realm. A miracle that should not exist. The pilgrims are but a stone thrown away, dusty and tired. Their broken halos and wings seem even darker in the wilderness. The pilgrims have reached the end of their journey, but it is truly the end of their suffering. That's it. Laterano. Looks like the people in there can hardly even fend for themselves at this point. Get your things, we are going. You're right, we can't wait here forever. Let's go. But if we enter the city without the Curious permission... Tell me, did we fallen sinners ever ask the Curia for permission when we decided to return? Don't tell me you came back to repay Laterano's kindness. I will put you first against the wall. Stop. Oh, hello. You must not enter, Laterano. Look who we got here. A Notorio Hall Executor. Are you Aurela? You know who I am? I looked you up in the Notorio Hall database after receiving your message. Aurela, former citizen ID LC0073458. Former captain of the 3rd Gun Knights. You were tasked to escort a Latvian caravan through the northern wilderness in the winter of 1090. When you engaged a group of Sarkas mercenaries in combat. You completed your mission, but the nomadic abbey encountered a small-scale catastrophe on your way back. The Sarkas prisoners attempted an insurrection and were executed on the spot by you. When a fellow gun knight attempts to record the event truthfully in a mission report, you threaten to cohort your cohort with a gun in order to hide your excessive use of force. In the chaos that ensued, you killed your cohort, resulting in you being stripped of citizenship and exiled from Laterano for life. I'm not gonna lie, Aurela, you kinda deserved being exiled there. I'm sorry. Really? You had to kill your cohorts because you didn't want the authorities of Lateran to know your excessive use of force? And what of it, Senior Executor? Are you trying to remind me that Lateran will never forget my sins? The hundreds of people here. Some are fallen angels who were exiled like me. Some are Erari who left the holy city for different reasons. Some of them have never even seen the holy city, growing up in a cesspit like Bolivar. Yet still believing in the tenet of Laterano. Have you not seen their halos? Are they fallen or are they sick? They have crossed the mountains and rivers to come here for an explanation, for any comforts they can find. And all the Laterano does is send a single executor to stop us from entering. More and more Erari Sanctas gather, surrounding Federico, pointing their weapons at him. You will keep us out because we left Lateran for too long and forgot how to live like other Sanctas. The law punishes sinners, but what sin did I commit when all I did was live 20 honest years in Litania? If the law is that cruel, then it's not us who should be punished, it's you. You and your cohorts, dusk beats of the law. Fell because you punished an innocent man. You have never used your power for good. Federico watches the crowd quietly. The street lamps have lit at an inopportune time, casting eerie colors upon their faces. Fear, anxiety, anger, confusion, panic. All these emotions come together to twist their visages. Their hands tremble as they hold their weapons. The tension is palpable in the air. Federico is confident he can take out their leader quickly and suppress the rest by force, bringing the situation under control. Okay, alright, Federico, alright, it's already power scaling them. Okay, I see. It has always done so. It has always worked.
Federico is an outstanding executor. He has been with the Notorio Hall for 8 years. He knows what he's doing. This is his 3rd year as a saint. Other than a burnt flower and a few chance acquaintances, there is no one to guide him or instruct him. Slowly, he moves his hand away from the gun at his belt, making sure the tense crowd sees it, while his eyes never leave them. I did not come to repeat the judgment that Laterano once passed upon you. I'm not here as a representative of the Notorio Hall, the Curia, nor any other official Lateran organ. The reason you must not enter Lateran is because the city is currently affected by anomalies beyond comprehension. Your presence may cause the situation to further deteriorate. I will explain, but I need time. Arturia, you should not leave the holy city. Don't worry, I met the doctor, and I am here on the doctor's instructions. God damn it, man, at least show me the encounter between the two. Fuck. Why make that happen off screen? God damn it. Don't worry. Oh, sorry. The doctor's discovery confirms our hypothesis. All of Lateran is caught up in some kind of dream, but the anomalies in the dream are being reflected in reality. A calamity has descended on the entire city. Like the Kargan Rage invasion of Billingstone after the disintegration of the Witch King's Pavilion. Maybe. I don't fully understand it myself, but there is no doubt that millions of Laterans are being caught in a struggle between reality and illusion, and we need help. The Violators and Erari. A chance dissonance is often the beginning of an interesting variation. I concur with the doctor. However, if the calamity has engulfed all of Lateran, they are likely to enter the dream the moment they enter the city. That is why I came looking for you, and I brought my cello. Oh, can she dispel the... Maybe she could. Maybe she could. Man, if she is able to dispel the dream, help other people waken from it, it would be so convenient and it would be so nice. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Arturia. Oh, machine of suicide. Thank you for helping us right now. Okay, so I'm going to take I think I should call it a break, right? I need to pee and I want to refill my water bottle. It shouldn't take more than 5 minutes, okay? So hang in there for a bit. Enjoy the music, I guess. I'll be back soon, I promise.
Alright, and then I am back. How long have I been streaming, by the way? 2 hours. Okay, alright. Actually not that bad. Maybe, depending on how long MT8 is, perhaps I could do half of MT9 till today. We will see. MT8 Pilgrimage. The first saint returns to the holy city. The term sancta is redefined. Oh. The term sancta is redefined, huh? Okay. MT8 before. Ah, there we go. My new favorite duo. Over here, doctor. Squeeze in a bit so this dessert cart is front. So this dessert cart's in front. Finally, a chance to catch my breath. Thanks for going through all that. Whose dessert cart is this? Aw, look at this cutie!
You must be here for the ceremony, senora. Would you like to try my ice cream?
Before Monster can even refuse, the little girl gleefully shoves a cup of ice cream into her hands.
It's not a flavor you can get anywhere else in Laterano. Can I take her out? Nobody would notice.
Wait, Monster, wait, hold on, wait. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, okay? She's just a kid. Please don't do anything bad to her. As Monster gives you this paranoid suggestion, he plops a spoonful of ice cream into her mouth without thinking about it.
Oh wow, that's really good.
Could you tell me your name, kid?
It's got my answer for me, Confessor. Da-da-dee-da. I'm called Idia. Idida. Da-da-dee-da, I am called Idida.
Oh my god.
You name yourself after the dessert cart's music? Don't be silly. I customized it to sound like my name.
Did you know those guards, Idida?
I never heard the confessional speak like that before. It's the latest motto.
Looks like she buys that explanation.
Were you helping cover for us just now, Idida? Yup, because all of Laterano needs to change. But what do you think too, right? Was I just imagining things? You're the first person to say my sugar-free carbonated water-clotted ice cream was tasty, senora. Well, that's explain why it's so refreshing. Mama and Tata were right. This is a rocky road I walk, but I have finally found a little bit of success. Mind explaining a bit more? desserts connect every Lateran, but if you eat too much sugar, not only are you gonna get bad teeth, even your halo will start getting cavities. But as a dentist, every time he says that, people think he's just trying to get more business for his clinic. But right now, my halo, kinda feels like the rotting tooth I just lost. It's making me feel not so good. I believe it's the Lord giving me a revelation. So I'm gonna practice what I preach. I will change Laterano's eating habits and rebuild our connections with the power of sugar-free ice cream.
That's a grand dream you got there, Hidda. Would you support this young citizen's vision, madam?
Mind if we take a walk together? I would like to hear more about this connection between halos and tooth decay. Oh, okay.
That one got out weirdly.
Okay. Okay, alright. Okay, alright, whatever you say, lady.
sorry. Sorry for subjugating your ears to this cringe.
We should be able to avoid the guys chasing us with this kid around. You need to get in touch with Exuge ASAP, Doctor.
I'm trying.
Hey there, leader. Sounds like you are able to lose that comms control thingy since you are having a long distance call and all.
It's not entirely a good thing, Exuge. This means everything in the dream is collapsing faster. And the calamity in reality is getting worse.
Yeah, I figured as much. These guys have nearly all the non-sancta rolled up in the Shrine of Nursery. They want to put on an even bigger nativity. First time around, an Arbor Beast got a halo. This time they want to give everyone halos. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but this kind of change is a bit too quick and crazy. The way you explain it, leader, whatever happens in this ring will eventually become reality?
What you said is what you saw, Exuge. But some people are starting to awaken. Variables in reality are making the dream skip some steps.
And this is way too complicated for me. Just tell me, what's the worst thing that might happen?
Laterano might stop existing entirely.
Well, yeah, that's a really big deal. Well, no matter the situation, I can still find the jerk behind all this and free everyone from this fake Laterano, right?
We are limited to keep you clear-headed and free to move around. The restrictions Monster and I are under haven't been lifted yet. Monster and I are still looking into other leads.
Got it. Leave Laterano's troubles to a Lateran like me. Oops, gotta keep my voice down. The Grand Nativity is about to start and it wasn't easy to find a chance to sneak in.
Monster and I will keep tearing up the streets. And keeping eyes off of you. And keeping their eyes off of you.
Say, how did the two of us meet again? One of Soda's releases, Texas birthday party. That time, Penguin Logistics crashed into the Lungman office while cracking down the Bloodhammer gang. Oh, or was it the time I was playing on stealing a few thick old racing beasts when I ran into you on your way to buy Air Freedom?
We definitely met in Lungman, at least.
Must have been, what, 5 years ago now? Well, here's to yet another beautiful partnership, leader.
Stay safe, Exuge. Everyone is in position. Reverend Patrician. Next, we will coordinate with the shrine patrol to clear the surrounding streets. Block down the intersections and ensure nobody's wandering around. Gracias. Every gun night gathered together, our ammunition allocations and fire restrictions fully lifted. There's never been so big an event in the history of our order, has there? The nativity is our great significance to Laterano. The black snow on the eyes of Sami, the hole in the sky above Latanian, even the raging tides that dash against the coast, are all in alignment with the true calamity that has been prophesied. Imagine how terrifying such a disaster would be. Oh yeah, man. Oh, damn, I wonder how it would look like. Man, my imagination's so vivid, it almost feels like I am seeing it for myself right now. It's almost like it is unfolding before my eyes. When the time comes, 200 odd gun knights taking to the field would be like a child throwing stones into the sea. I fear our holy city, which has stood tall for millennia, will fade away. The Pontifical cohorts and the Notorious Hall are still pursuing Lemuel and her co-conspirators. There is something else you must know. The nurturer who was guiding most of my Fiametta was just attacked. Would you like to go and check the scene, Reverend? No. My post is here. The time has come. All our Liberty brethren, please go to the Hall of Enlightenment. The time has come. Over here, please. Once the other races have been bestowed their halos, the matriarch shall mend the broken halos and wings of the fallen angels, so that we may all regain empathy with our people. The music is beautiful. If only this scene wasn't a apocalypse, a calamity. It has begun, matriarch. Thank you all. You have forsaken nearly all rest since the establishment of the shrine. There have been many mishaps since the last nativity. We must advance our plans. The shrine's mission must be seen to completion as quickly as possible. To this day, we have walked the same path, matriarch. This is something we realized long ago. Oh, yes, there was one other thing in my mind. Today's ceremony is all about bestowing halos on the non-sancta rather than a birth. So, why are we still using the name Nativity? Is there a better term for it? The nurturers lead the peoples of various races into the Hall of Enlightenment, converging towards its center. The grand procession is like a herd of migratory beasts, yet none speak a word. There is only the rhythmic tinkling of countless comfort bells. As if, in response, the matriarch lifts her head towards the crowd. Henceforth, all who are sheltered by the holy city shall share one destiny, entwined into a singular whole. Can this be called anything but the rebirth of Laterano? The crack of shattering glass cuts through the calming chimes of the comfort bells. A bullet from a sniper's rifle. Its source is unknown, but it flies straight for the matriarch's sightless eyes. Blinding sunlight seeps in. Lemwen. It has to be Lemwen to hit a shot like that. That strange couple at the door. Looks like they are deciding where to go to dinner using a roulette wheel. Interesting idea, isn't it? So they are the ones who wish to adopt you. But why won't they come in and tell me that themselves? Oh, I get it. They don't want to put too much pressure on me. Now, why do you think that? Because they are pretending to fiddle with their guns while actually looking our way. Nothing ever gets past you, does it? Yes, I reached out to them before they came here. Your parents were in that caravan raid, and the notarial hall's been trying to arrange things with a few families for the better part of the year now, but nobody's beaten yet. You're the strongest child I ever met, Anne. But you have still got a long way to go, and we can't let a kid live all by herself. I know, Senora. I'm not annoyed or anything, it's just, if I'm going to accept the kindness of others, I'm going to have to be a good kid myself. It's really, really important. Well, the long and short of it is, they wanted me to tell you that they really like you. I also think they are really... Can I have a week, no, 3 days? I will think things over. Once I make a decision, I will go back on it. Is this one that feels right for you? What? A sniper rifle? If it was me, I would never chose that one. Now, when it's my turn in a few years, I will pick lots and lots of guns. Sounds good. Well, I have to remind you that this Fallon's been sitting here a few years now. Never been picked. Best think it over. It's really quiet. No, what I meant was, the sort of gun's different from the others. Truth be told, it's not very suited for you lively sanctus. When you're on the battlefield, you won't get many chances to fire it. You have to make every shot count. Whether you're trying to protect something or destroy it, you need to have a sharper eye, a sharper mind, and take on more risks and costs. Because you can pull the trigger, or let it go, but you can't afford to hesitate. Today is Lemwen's birthday. Today she chooses her patron firearm, giving even more meaning to this already extremely important day to the Sancta. The gunsmith speaks with all seriousness, her mother and father behind her, and all her friends are silent. Even the ever-vivacious Lemuel keeps her mouth closed, like a good girl, for once. Despite the silence, Lemwen knows they are all looking right at her. This is the one, Mr. Peg. Please, guide me through selecting the other parts. Nice. You don't need to worry about it not having the chance to fire, Master Peg. You could smack people real hard with a gun this big, and my sis is super strong.
Through the spiritual light, even the darkest thing can be cleansed. With a pious heart, even a savage monster can wade out of the mud. Put that down, Captain. I got you in my sights. You're unstable, I can sense it. Calm down. That thing's affecting your mind. It's evoking your disappointment in Laterano. I know you submitted your resignation before we left, but even if you are determined to return to the wilderness, right now, you're still one of us. Think about the fried cheese we ate before we left, okay? Think about the foul beast head Fiametta got you. The soft and downy one. Disappointment in Laterano? No. Far from it. He showed me how Laterano can save everyone. None of us know what you're seeing. If what you're seeing is the truth of reality, or illusions and lies. Mostma will be here soon. She has a way to get that thing off you. We can start looking into its secret afterwards. Alright? There is no afterwards. It's fading away. I must hold on to it. You know, it's no illusion, Lemwen. It's certainly not lies. You saw those people locked in stasis outside of time, down in the underground palace. Those who did not die yet do not leave. You heard what that mad Sarkas said to his shadow. The future shall have no secrets. So you should understand. What we have found is the key to time itself. What I saw was a revelation. A future where even the most savage of monsters can be saved. Your hearts are running haywire, Anduin. That thing's eating away at you. The future exists. I must find the path that leads to it. I want to let go. I need to know more. Anduin keeps his grasp on the oddly shaped staff. Light condenses into solid form and engulfs the entire cave. I have a lot of chances to pull the trigger, Lemwen thinks. But amidst the chaotic rolling waves of emotion, Lemwen finally finds the thread of rationality running through Anduin's mind. They have broken bread with one another. They have built bonds with one another. They understood one another and trusted their lives to one another. Their empathic link was stronger than any other. In that final moment, Lemwen confirms her friend has not been swept away in that unfathomable chaos. She loosens her finger on the trigger. Damn it! Look out, Lemwen! Matriarch of the Shrine of Nurturing. Hit. The rooftop wind sweeps wildly at the sniper's cheek. She does not blink. Her hand doesn't move in the slightest. She hears, she sees, she thinks, she judges. She doesn't have many chances to fire. She has to make every shot count. Can pull the trigger or let it go, but she can't afford to hesitate. Oh man, the music goes so fucking hard, man. Laterano music goes so fucking hard. Holy shit. Then builds up. Oh, it's so fucking good. Holy. Before the crucial moment,
She and her gun do not speak. Lemwen, the silent. She looks through her scope once more, double-checking what she sees in her sight. It is the proof that she pulled the trigger. Compared to the ones in the vast lands, the statues often seen in Laterano are the more incomprehensible. Cardinal, paradise has shaped our faith, so peculiar that it has become somewhat distorted. The souls of the living praying for survival as they traverse catastrophe and suffering. Such is the most basic phase of faith. No, there's never a dull statue in Laterano. By life is faith-shaped. Gun-wielding saints towering over the street do not represent disdain for calamity and suffering. We have simply chosen to take up a different mindset when confronting them. Through her scope, from afar in the distance, then one can finally see that all the statues in the shrine, their heads bowed in their hands clasped, are facing only the pious matriarch as they pray. If he really is a horrible monster, then it's unlikely a bullet will do any real damage. But at the very least, it will let the people in the shrine see what's so unnatural about her and create an opportunity for you, Elle. The rest, I leave to you. Please let me see. Let me see. Fucking damn it. Stop edging me on her appearance. Senor Ramos? Senora Lemwen, my location has been compromised. I'll come back you up right away. No need. The shrine patrol is already here. And the gun knights too. There's a lot of them. I will hold down the statue corner. Get yourself out of the building before they surround the place. What about you? It's too late for me. They have started fighting. Looks like our deduction was right. This cannot be a place just for birthing babies. Anyway, did you take care of the target? Yes. Got her in one. That's good. That's good. At least this way, I managed to save a few people. Stop a few things that needed to be stopped. Can't be useless forever now, can I? Well then, Vale, go do what you need to do, Senora Lemuel. Actually, I've got a question I wanted to ask you. Funny, it's only once you can't hear that I can finally dare to ask it. A glitch in the comms terminal must be keeping the line open. And so, the man goes on at length, shattering into the microphone. Lenway hesitates for a moment, then chooses to be silent. Was I really that useless? Never thought about it before. Even though it took nearly all I had just to become a small-time investigator of the 7th Terminal. And never got a promotion during my decades or so there. It seems Ans Laterans never doubt ourselves on that front. It's like we naturally have 100 million ways to keep ourselves happy and satisfied.
I know someone who made sticks for lollipops. It would take several fine types of paper tape and twist them together into rainbow-colored sticks. Made nearly no money out of it. He did it simply because he knew children loved them. But ever since I found out Aurela had been banished from Laterano and there was nothing I could do about it, I haven't been able to feel even a microsecond of satisfaction with myself. Completely useless, Amos. That's all I could think. Like how I can never forget the taste of the very first terrible dessert you ever ate. I thought that maybe with a few more years I could use my seniority to mandle my way to the Legati and go on a trip to Bolivar. I couldn't save her in the name of Laterano. Not even I can forgive her for what she did. Just want to see her again and apologize for that argument we had. After so many long years of waiting, I finally got my chance, but it was all just a dream. A dream's fine, too. If it's all a dream, then I don't have to worry about anything. Maybe getting shot here doesn't mean anything in reality. When I was younger, I got 5th place in the 7th Tribunal New Joiners shooting competition, you know? We met Aurela that day at the range. It's a shame we weren't able to save each other. I would say that, at the very least, you are a great investigator, Amos. You are still on the line, Lemwen. It's time to wake up. Amos. Fucking damn it. I hope he's okay. I hope he's fine. I hope he didn't die, man. I mean, just... Can you imagine how horrible it must feel to spend your entire life, pretty much your entire life, feeling like you're useless and a disappointment, and never have the chance to make up for all those things? I mean, I get it. He did, in some way, he did compensate it for it by helping Lemwin right now, but there's still so many other things he could still have done. I hope he isn't dead. Now, what about you, Anduin? I know you're at fault for everything that's happening right now, isn't you? Is the funeral complete, Anduin? It is. All of enlightenment is this way. You seem to be going the wrong way. Oh my. The nativity has begun, and the matriarch is waiting for you. Where are you planning to go right now? Your emotions are rather unstable. No, I've never felt more clear-headed. I'm not going the wrong way either. Oh? Oh? I ask that you accompany me to see the matriarch, Anduin. Come on, Anduin. Come on. Come on. Come on.
I know you have it on you to fight these guys, okay? You are a very annoying boss to fight against, so I know you can deal with them. Come on, use your dodge mechanics. Looks like we arrived right on time. Mostima, Fiamera, you... What? Am I supposed to be like the other Liberi? Pushed back into the herd by the guards, no matter how I protest? Or should I be really looking forward to seeing if my halo gets to be a square or a circle? Speaking of, I'm curious how they're going to man the fallen angels' halos. Mostima. Sorry, got sidetracked. You owe us an explanation, Anduin. Gathering up all the non-Sancta, forcing changes on their bodies. I thought this sort of stuff only happened in those shady Colombian tech companies full of mad scientists. Is this what you meant when you said that it was about the future, about the possibility for Laterano? Is this what the matriarch promised you? I have strayed from my path. That I cannot deny. Laterano wove a beautiful dream for us all. I was trapped too deep. It took too long to awaken. Still talking nonsense even now? The other guards will be here soon. Damn it. Do you think we can get close to the matriarch if you use him as a hostage, Mostima? Maybe. She does trust him a lot. It would be a little worried if we left it all up to Elle. I can sense a multitude of emotions growing by the second. The number of people with empathy in the shrine is increasing. The nativity has begun. It's no use, even if you subdue the matriarch right now. We must go do what we still can. I will think of what to do about the ceremony that should not exist. It's likely to lead to great chaos. It should buy you the time to evacuate our people. What's your plan? Do you think we will trust you, Anduin? Seriously, a babbling lunatic who already betrayed his friend once, saving everyone? You don't need to trust me. Pity will not save the people. I don't have that kind of power. All someone who has walked the wrong path of obsession can do is to save himself. Wait, Anduin, take this. A bomb? Elle gave it to us to draw the guards' attention. But if you really are going to stop the ceremony, that shouldn't exist. Like you said. You will need it more than us. Anduin walks past the pair, heading straight for the depth of the shrine. His steps are slow, but Fiamera makes no move to stop him. You okay with letting him go? He's reliable when he sticks to a handful of words instead of a full-on parable. True. Situation's too damn weird. Not like we have any better options at the moment. There's a whole lot of people coming this way, probably chasing Anduin. I'll buy him some breathing room. We'll get even with him after this is all over. The shrine's very first nursery.
Once, with a heart full of hope, it was here he tended to an unfortunate mother, day after day. Now, the child she left behind has clambered up onto a comfort bell. The sparkling droplets of water on his freshly washed wings refracting the lamplight, just like a dream. The arbor beast does not mind his caretaker's prior outburst. He calls out happily, as always, inviting Anduin to play with him. Insignificant trifles and grandiose feats are but a hair's breadth from one another. You have labored for many years over this grueling journey of yours. You should not let such a meaningless difference stay your steps. I will need you to lift your spirits, for aside from caring for this modern child, there are more deeds that must be done. An insignificant nurturer, a heaven-piercing shrine. The farmer could grit his teeth, harden his heart, and refuse the young beast's invitation. But this minor act of rebellion would do nothing to shake the foundations of the ladder. I should be doing more. I must do more. How do I shake the pillars of the shrine? How do I erase a miracle that has already occurred? The shrine of nurturing. This towering edifice was not built in a day. It began as a simple, ordinary nursery. Our nursery. Did we start with the blueprint of such an imposing shrine? No. We merely wished for a safe, comfortable room for that mother. And yet, its frenzied evolution led to what it is now. That is our future, where all are saved can sprout from our faith. This was the very first nursery in the Shrine of Nurturing. This was the starting point of this grandiose building. This is where you and I placed our faith. And so, Keth, I will tear my faith apart. Anduin examines the bomb Mostima gave him closely. It has been unimaginably cobbled together from all sorts of daily necessities. Its face decorated with a bright splash of graffiti. He cannot remember what the girl who made this looked like. They might have met once or twice. My god. Sorry. Let me drink some water. There we go. They might never have met at all. He can only remember Lemwen recounting her deeds countless times. I was never alone as I sought a way through this trail of thorns, was I? Without the slightest hesitation, he lights the fuse. I understand that you are no longer sad and suffering, my child. But do you not sense danger, even as this room is about to explode? Or are you simply uninterested in this as well? Zlaterra no longer needs us to feel fear.
The arbor beast flies down to the ground, rubbing against Anduin's trousers in confusion. If we cannot feel fondness, fear, or torment for all that life has to offer, how can we speak of revering it? I should have asked you this, my child. But it was I who brought you here. You could even say we're born in answer to my vision. This is our penance, a lesson for the both of us. Anduin bends over and cradles the arbor beast into his arms. The gunshot. I am so very glad to hear the sound of your gun this time around, Limwen. Sparks blow wildly across the nursery. A giant comfort bell clatters as it falls, its sonorous notes adding to the clamor. The explosion engulfs the room, devouring the graceful balance of light and shadow. Was this realm a dream or an obsession? Once you had a flock of brothers and sisters following behind you, they were rejected, harmed, insulted, desecrated. They named you guides and walked the long path with you. Yet, here, in this Laterano, which you believed equal and selfless, you forgot them. And so, I ask, how should this community you long for be shaped? How should this holy city you yearn for be rebuilt? What path is it you walk, Anduin? What answers does it lead? If this is a dream, then I shall wake. If this is obsession, then I shall shatter it. Let us only speak of redemption after that. The flames swallow the entire nursery. The arbor beast flaps its wings furiously. There is no fear in his eyes, as though he is simply dancing. Yet, Anduin still covers his eyes out of habit. In this final moment, Anduin hears a bell, clear as day.
Are you alright, Matriarch? The ceremony has been interrupted. The entire shrine is shaking, and that explosion just now. Is an evacuation underway? Yes, there's a Liberi wearing a Pontifical Cohort's uniform and a fallen angel leading our people to safety. Only half of the non-sancta have successfully acquired halos. I will ask the patrol to have them reconvene right away.
Like the cracking of bamboo, the explosion reverberates out from the depths of the shrine. The peal of a bell from parts unknown draws out the chimes of the comfort bells. Chaos reigns as countless people flock to the exit. The towering edifice sways as the blast wave finally reaches the Hall of the Night.
Let them leave. Forcing them to stay will only harm them irreparably. The shrine is collapsing, Matriarch.
No. What is collapsing is not only the shrine, but also the answer we sought with it. Gather the other nurturers.
Everyone must leave at once. I will have the guards escort you out. The matriarch steps down from the dais. The wind. Amidst the chaos, she hears the sound of the wind clearly from above her head, where there should only be praying statues and spotless stained glass. Hey, hey, hey! Over here! You're not getting away that easily. The matriarch lifts her head. She cannot see who is approaching her, but her voice has an infectious quality to it. Almost instinctively, she stretches out her hand. I've been hanging on to this window for 2 hours already. If you don't get off that stage, my arms are gonna fall off. Exuje holds on tight to the matriarch. The world spins as the two of them tumble to the floor. What they fall onto is not solid ground, but rather some odd softness. It is like falling into fog, yet also like falling into water. Exuje senses a great force pushing her outwards, one that is indefinitely not just the explosion. This frail-looking woman really be that strong. Oh man, what a nice illustration too. This one though, this one doesn't seem to be done by Len though. It seems to be, I think it's done by someone else. Yo, very nice illustration. Look at the form in the cave over here. Very, very nice. She forces herself to open her eyes. She isn't sure when it happened, but the arm she's holding onto has become the jagged limbs of a beast. The matriarch's gentle face has disappeared under the water. They look at one another across the boundary between truth and lies. All on her side of the line, the bell atop the Tower of Revelations rang, clear as can be. Didn't figure you weren't as pretty as you looked early on, but my imagination never prepared me for this. Not even Ancient Forge had anything as crazy looking as you. Well, at least I don't have to worry about ripping your arm off. My friends just has to bust their butts to give me this chance. So get out of there already. You have no rights to hide away in the dream. You have no rights to hide in our Laterano. Fucking go! Finally! Finally! So cool. So cool. Okay. Okay, alright. And the boss was her human form. Okay. How long have I been streaming? Almost 3 hours. Okay. This is going to be the last part I will be reading today. MT8. After. And then tomorrow I finish the story. A bell tolls. Its unending peals echo across the entire city. It rings clear and steady, guiding stray souls towards it. Legend has it that after their long and arduous journey, the saints built the tower and used the ringing of its bells to ward off the devils. Then, there rose the Lateran city, its walls of purest white standing fast against the elements, while the bell in the tower fell silent for millennia.
Now, it cries out once more. A scant 2 years since it lasted. So, in response to a mixed blood Sancta grows. So. Wow, pixelated.
Senor Nurture, are you hurt?
Don't move. It was hard enough getting you benched up. Gotcha.
We're pretty much half dead by the time we got to the Shrine of Nurturing. We only had time to get you and this kid searching for you out of here. Out of there.
Don't cry, Giselle, Romeo. It was all just a nightmare. We're finally awake.
Wounds and nightmares don't follow you to real life.
Are the other brothers and sisters?
Keeping watching nearby. Guess you finally got your memories back. What? Wants to hear them call you guides again?
Sorry, gotcha. It's clear we're just trying to wake a man who had lost his way again.
Did you abandon the Pathfinders, Anduin? We rested in the wounds for a bit after leaving Sanctilaminium Ambrosi. According to our original plan, we would have passed the Iberian border soon after, back to the land where you came from. We even made contact with the Inquisition, but then you disappeared all of a sudden.
That was when the dream began to me.
What do you mean?
It's just an idea. One without any evidence behind it. It told me to turn away, to cast aside all my plans and return to Laterano.
So, you're saying you never actually met that blind lady, and you didn't go back to Laterano for her? With her for that baby's sake? Like you were enticed by something?
Yeah,
this is starting to sound like something a crackpot charlatan would say.
I know it's hard to understand. Even I don't fully get it.
I'll say it. There's way too much hard to understand stuff at play here. You and that shrine, you wanted to plop halos on everyone's heads and turn us all into freaks who can't even decide what emotions to feel. Whatever, you managed to wake yourself up in the end. If you hadn't made such a ruckus by blowing up the Nativity, all of Lateran would probably still be dreaming. With the boundary between the two sides so blurred, his deeds in the dream should be taken into full account during adjudication.
Oh, hello, Federico.
Executor Federico of the Notorian Hall. Have read your file. Anduin Agatangelos. Maybe that's the correct pronunciation. Agatangelos. Is that your surname, Anduin?
After the chaos you caused during this first Summit of Nations, the Curia banished you from Lateran. Now you have returned in secret, and were involved in plotting the so-called Nativity ceremony. You are partially responsible for the current turmoil troubling the city, and must accept a joint investigation by the 1st, 5th, 6th, and 7th tribunals.
Ew, Jesus Christ, you're fucked. Anduin, you're so fucked right now. Hey, can't you see he's hurt real bad? Besides, I'm sure you got more important things to worry about right now.
You need a hand, Executor? Get us into the city and we will help you fight.
And you are? That...
What is it, Nueda?
Look over there.
Getting your patron firearms means you have moved on to a new stage of life, El.
Yeah. Come quick, sis. You are taking a photo in front of the statue. I need to go to Lemon. I need to get a proper explanation from Mostima. Let's send Lemo off to her on her next adventure with a bang. The passage of time will blind people together, regardless of what they think about it. As long as your lives intertwine at one point, you'll have nothing to worry about. Safe travels home, Exugie. She feels herself moving, but she cannot open her eyes. Her back's cupped by something rough, while her mind sinks into a bottomless softness where even the pain running through her body is dulled. Her thoughts flow into a boundless ocean of faith. She opens her eyes. Oh my god, it's massive. You have awakened, my child. You're gravely wounded. Only by accompanying me will you stay lucid during the transfiguration. While it was you who caused this interruption, we will not abandon you. Much as we once leaned on one another to traverse the devastation of catastrophe. The transfiguration? Do you mean the dream? I'm definitely awake though. Why do I have a halo on my head? What kind of monster are you? All sanctas have halos, my child, so that we could forget from whence we came, so that we could embrace our new lives. We named ourselves thusly. Thankfully, the passage of thousands of years has reshaped your appearances and ways of life. So she is a original Sancta. Is that what she's saying? Oh my god. Perhaps you can follow those stone-bound accounts and call me Saint. Of course, my flesh and spirit have been long become one with the soil beneath Laterano's white walls. What you see now is simply a snippet of code from his boundless program, a specter bearing countless memories. As he sees it, the path of the Sancta began with the saints, and so it should continue with the saint, who should lead you beyond calamity and into the future. I don't get a word of what you're saying. Where exactly are you taking me?
It is not a question of you and I, child, but of all Laterans.
Exugie strains her neck backwards. Oh my god, it's massive, and it is so fucking ugly. The monster that calls herself Saint cradles Exugie. Following close behind are Sancta, as well as haloed Liberi, felines, and a host of creatures the likes of which she has never seen before. It is a grand procession, meandering into the distance, its end far out of sight. Exugie can sense that these are no shambling husks. Their empathy has not faded. No, it's even stronger than it has ever been. The faith of the countless masses has condensed into a vast sea. They follow behind the saint to a destination clear in their minds. Not even the saint travels roads of a sight so bizarre.
Across millennia has he granted revelation to his chosen few, so that they may question, analyze, and deduce, so that they may point Laterano as the right direction, in the right direction. But it would prove far too slow a process this time. He has never been this restless and uneasy. The master of all things has awoken. Red's nip at our heels. He must carry out his original duty. Because in this calculated future, there is no place for the Sancta. There is only time for him to direct, impose what he has sensed on every one of us. To force the only solution he knows into being. An even more cohesive community of Sancta, Laterano as it should be.
Yeah, listening to all this makes my head feel like it's about to pop. Heaven's sake, all this he, him, his stuff. Who are you even talking about?
We are on our way to meet him, the foundation of faith, the prime mover. Even the deepest nightmare pales in comparison to cruel reality, child. And with the collapse of the transfiguration, I fear his actions have been noticed. There is not much time. Perhaps he and I... No, perhaps we still have time to ensure the future of the Sancta.
A march? A migration? Or perhaps a pilgrimage? A grand procession of newborn Sanctas traversing the streets of the holy city with a vigor the Sancta have not had in centuries. How should we describe such a sight?
What do you see, Aurela?
There's halos on the street lamps, and the trees, the desert carts, the confessionals. Am I hallucinating or is my scope fogged up?
That is no hallucination. The shrine of Nurtury still exists in reality. These iridescent projections originate from it. Where the pilgrims go, the projections follow. Where they fall, even inorganic matter will sprout halos. These projections are like a form of unliving executor, redefining Sancta in the name of the law all over. All this time, we are told that whoever stains the purity of the Sancta shall be mercilessly cast out by the law. And now it turns out the purest Sancta
his sole favors are actually streetlights and trees? Can even I starting to think my fall was a good thing? If that gaggle wants to redefine something nobody can understand, I have half a mind to leave them be. Don't worry, Executor. There's still some of them I want to kill. I agree to help you fight, but I will have that fight no matter what. It seems they really do want to remodel the entire city. If their aim is to remodel the city via those projections, then forming a mass of people is a highly inefficient method. Yes, they still choose to gather together, even after the dreams collapse. Perhaps spreading those projections around isn't the only way they have. They must have an additional method in mind. In order to use it, they must reach a common endpoint. If their aim is to turn all of Laterano on its head, then I might know where they are headed. The Basilica. I had a discussion with Pope Evangelistus XI there once, and I was able to glimpse certain entities to realize some truths. You do not need to doubt me, Senor. I do not. Your life was signed and sealed by the Pope himself. I will bring you there, Antoine. Hold on, Federico. Whole city's gone mad, and nobody knows what the hell is going on. Why should we trust you? Hey, that's my line. If what you are concerned about is who shall hold authority in the situation, considering nearly all present have violated the law to some degree, as an executor, I have the right to press you all into my temporary control. If it is the current calamity that is causing you to panic and deprive yourselves of sound judgment or action, I, Federico Giallo, and the first saint from outside the ranks of the popes. I do not believe this title has any special meaning, but if you require a reason, then there is none better. The procession will pass through here first, as they move from the Shrine of Nurture to the Basilica. Yeah, or rather, that monster has unusually strong empathy. Even the bell of the Tower of Revelations can do nothing about her influence towards you. Pasha, take the other Pathfinders and the Zerari away from here. Go in the opposite direction. You staying by yourself? Trusting me, my brothers and sisters. This is the path I must walk. At least change out of those clothes. Look god awful. Or do you like walking around with blood all over your robe? I don't own many outfits, and I don't know where my old cassock's gone. Here. This. You kept it? All this time? Not like it took up much baggage space. I don't know, I just felt like this wasn't something I should throw away. Go on, take it. Thank you, Pacha, for all these many years.
However, we must try to find shelter for these children who have just escaped the dream.
Arturia, you and Andway will require special supervision. I will keep the two of you within my sight at all times.
I haven't said anything you're beauty to,
Whatever that shit is supposed to sound as.
Maybe you can leave the children to me. I may not be a Sancta or a Lateran, but I am rather experienced in looking after children.
Very well. Move out.
The foundation of the Sancta? The Sancta's future?
Man, this thing looks hideous. And also I don't like the way its legs are right here. Like some type of frog or toad or whatever.
Do you not trust my word?
Why should I?
You have no reason to. True. Which is how, when we first gained the name Sancta, we could never have imagined our community would become one of explosions and deserts after all these years. Halos, empathy, guns, walls of purest white. Do you believe the law innate, child? Do you believe the Sancta have always been unique in these ways?
Why would I doubt it?
Beloved, as do I. Faith is shaped by the experiences of countless generations, the ravages of time, and the footprints of the teeming masses. It should not, must not, be swayed again by the first of the faithful. But once more to the people who face down the crossroads of destiny, I have no choice but to do this. We have not saw lies, my child. We have merely hidden some truths, when then allowed the rest to become inspirational tales and parables of saints. These texts tell of how the devil's arrival left all things desolate, and how none saw the light of the sun. But for the Sancta, they had radiance bestowed upon them by the law. But the angels were born from devil's child, and as for the so-called bestowment, it was not by a chance encounter.
I mean, it kinda always lingered within the Arknights community, the theory that the Sancta and the Sarkas are not so different. They are actually pretty close to one another, as having the closest connection to Originian, perhaps. So this revelation does not come much as a surprise to me. Still, the confirmation of it is. Let's see where exactly this is going.
In that age, the king sent out his warriors to seek a new beginning for their people. At that age, monsters that crawled the earth longed for a homeland, and so were named Tikas, a race yet young. At that age, Hojimons who could command raging flames, blinding thunderbolts, wild winds, and frigid snow descended upon the land alongside their myriad servants, here to seize the Ticast's precious home. The flames they threw could melt the skulls of Wendigos. The howling gales they summoned could shatter the wings of gargoyles. Even if vampires sucked them dry, they would be reborn from eggs of fire.
Wow, would be like... Man, might be because I'm that tired, but I can't get my imagination working at all.
The Colossus cups the wounded Sancta in her hands, continuing onwards with a shambling yet steady gait. Her voice is as gentle as it was in her guise as the matriarch. And so she tells her ancient, unprovable tale, like a saint who has stopped to rest her feet, taking the chance to preach to a stranger she met along the road. But Sujei knows she's not the only one hearing the story. The winding procession follows, all while countless people pour in from every corner of the city, leaving the buildings painted iridescent, joining the ocean of faith.
I shall share the portion of the truth hidden from you, child. Once we arrive at the Basilica, the past will be made clear, and all shall know it. It is then that the term Sancta shall be redefined. The kings might not slow the decline of the Ticast. His wary gaze scans the land for countless days and countless nights before finally falling upon the ancient Silver Mountains. And so, his warriors set forth, seeking out these never-before-seen argent mountains beneath the earth, with the language conferred onto them by the king. They would conquer them and command them to root the forces of the Ticast, to grant the Ticast the chance to truly become those with a homeland. Before they left, the king took the blood of a burden beast and anointed the head of every warrior with a crescent circle, symbolizing the mission they all shouldered together. The warriors strode across the land, crossing the most barren of wastes, where not even the hardiest of plants could take root, where not even the most tenacious of beasts could survive. But with their twisted limbs did they aid one another. Not even the weakest of their number would be abandoned before they breathed their last. For the king had taught them this: Ken shall not eat Ken. Ken shall aid Ken.
It's sounding like the sea worms. It's sounding like the sea terrors. That Ken shall not eat Ken. That sounds so... I don't like this. I don't like this.
What? Excruciate can barely believe what she's seen. A scene unfolds before her in an extraordinary way. In the next second, she catches a glimpse of the amazement spreading across the sea of faces. There is no doubt. Through empathy beyond empathy, the monster is sharing what she sees with all present.
Finally, After many days and nights, numbered beyond reckoning, they arrived at the edge of a great rift in the earth. And then they saw. There, floating above the floor of the valley, was a new beginning, one that should not exist in this desolate waste. The pale, petrified forms of plants and beasts dance around mud, spinning about to some rhythm beyond ken. A string of boulders draws them along as they go, coming together the form of a great ring. The fragments of the ring pulsed faintly with light. At first, they thought it was fire, but they sensed no heat, and it seemed untangible. In that age, the warriors of the T-Cast knew they had found the slumbering silver mount. The supercomputer. In that age, the warriors encircled the ring. They attempted to call out to it, to appease it, to command it, to persuade it. They cried out until they could cry out no more. Their throats hoarse and bleeding, but to no avail. The ring remained silent. You were trapped in that wasteland with no way forward and no way back. Time passed until an ordinary T-Cast could not withstand it anymore, and stood up. She looked at the near-mad, emaciated companions, and realized that they all would die of hunger and thirst before the silver mounts awoke from their slumber. Instinct overtook her. The stone lance on her hand pierced one of her dying fellows, and she began to devour his flesh. The T-Cast had no fear of eating the flesh of another T-Cast, but it was the far chaser, exiled for refusing to partake, who returned with the black crown and became the first king. Since then, eating our kin has become the strictest of taboos. But at that time, one of the warriors handpicked by the king defied his ban without the slightest hesitation. Until this act could she live. As for whether she lived so as to complete the mission they were entrusted with, that is a tale for another time. But at that time, a strange noise comes from above her head. Exuje, no. All the people behind the monster lifts their heads, and together with the T-Cast of history, they look towards the sky, welcoming that one fateful moment. In an instant, the surfaces of the boulders within the ring begin to split and peel away, revealing a metal that glows with a crimson light. In an instant, bright halos and wings of light sprout from the black bodies of each and every T-Cast present. It is as though they have always been there, revealed from the dust with a swipe of the hand of the Creator above. The warriors did not have the time to ponder the strange change, as boundless vitality poured into their exhausted frames like the surging tide. With the greatest of joys did they touch one another and embrace one another like newborn babes. As for the T-Cast with the stone lance, its point still painted in blood, He looked up at that alien metal and remained silent for a while. She did not understand why they remained aloof to the words of the king that imparted upon them to appease the silver mounts, yet deigned to respond the moment she ate of the kin flesh. And comprehension dawned on her. Perhaps the matter would not respond to the king's dignified appeals, nor the pleas to smite their enemies, but rather it answered to the simplest and purest of ideas, a quiet prayer for survival.
Was that stick as you? That's exactly what I was thinking, Exugie. Silver Mountains are in Laterano? And he wants to take everyone to go see them?
You understand now, child. Before faith became faith, before the first break of this paradise of tolerance, equality, mercy, and joy was laid. This was the origin of it all.
And now we have the computer. Return to start. Interactive simulation 26 complete. Prior emergency response mechanisms expired. New emergency response mechanism unmaterialized. Simulation results failure. Compository transfiguration of Laterano. Continuing operation.
Even again.
Our discussion gone right back to square one.
Truth be told, I would really like to head upstairs and enjoy some guava juice and ice cream cone. Or at the very least take a nap on the sofa. I can barely feel my lips anymore. Or my knees. How long has it been since you started acting oddly and I rushed over to find a solution? What caused the calamity to speed up so to the point you needed to throw out all your old emergency responses mechanisms and instead force everyone to directly synchronize data with you? You have forced Lateran to go through such a radical change. In time, the spiritual light of the Sancta will be stripped away. In time, will Laterano still be considered Laterano? The sitting Pope, Evangelista 11, request a 27th interactive simulation. Evangelista 11 has refused to help bring the transfiguration to completion. Now conferring judgment on request of interactive simulation. Cry of prostration. Lone prayer. These monsters. Neither Sancta nor the others at the Nativity can escape the influence of the Transfiguration's sudden termination. All I can do now is to call everyone to my side and keep your mind steady and free of collapse. Ere we met him. As for those you call monsters, they too are Sanctas, and the law shelters them as well. They are newly born, pious and plain. They will aid the people in swaying away all obstacles along the path. This path will take us past the Tower of Revelations in Pago's Ecclesia, past the notorious Hall of Gunsmithies in Pagonos, Michaelian, past the Sunset Chapel in Pago's Saint Marcel, before finally arriving at the Basilica. This route, a familiar one, yes? It is the order the street lamps light up as night falls on Laterano. He has laid out a most convenient path for us. And so I beg you sleep a while, child. You'll have arrived once you awake, and there we shall rekindle hope for the continuation of our race. I see now. You have been looking for an opportunity ever since you woke. You're still unwilling to accept it. The tales we left behind became the chains that bound later generations. The texts that speak of the majesty of the saints and the ugliness of the devils have been etched deep into your heart. You need only witness my countenance to raise your gun against me. But no matter, child. You will come to understand who is named hero and who is named monster, who is named kin and who is named alienus. You shall all understand.
I fell? It's a really nasty feeling. Awesome. Never thought there would be a way to turn that light out. I don't know if I'm going to miss it later, but right now, it's not too bad having it off. My head's a lot clearer now that I don't have to deal with all your emotions.
Clear? No, child. Even though you now know my history, the history of our race, you still wish to make an enemy of me. How can you consider your mind clear?
What can I say? It's clearer than ever. You say you have been trapped by those dusty old books you left behind. Sorry. You say I have been trapped by those dusty old books you left behind, but they never said anything about having to listen to your ancient beatitudes ideas. I have been listening to you go on and on for ages already. Did you ever plan on asking us what we think? Finally, he's back. She's back. She's back. Monster. The good news is the monsters chasing us have retreated. Bad news is they are joining that weird procession over there. Good thing we talked Idida into staying somewhere safe. Will Exugie be able to handle herself, Doctor? I believe in her. The procession is heading for that machine. And it is ready for the monster. It's waiting for the monster. That monster looks really familiar for some reason. No matter how much she changes herself to look like a living thing, I can't tell she's just a program. The collapse of the dream must have cut off her connection with the machine, and as a program, all she can do is try to re-establish that connection, to restart the dream. Passing that field of irises a minute ago, I saw halos blooming above the flowers, one after another. That's completely unprecedented. The goal of that machine and that program is more extreme than we thought. Everything, organic, inorganic, will be defined as sancta. Things crazier than when PRTS went way haywire.
This also gives us an opportunity. Can you figure out its weak points, Monster?
Not on my own, but...
Because it should have had some understanding of that machine. Can you find a way if we search Colsett's memories?
Colsett. Ever since it all went down, you have been avoiding saying her name to me, Doctor.
Sorry,
In any case, thanks for putting your trust in me. Amiya was so worried before we left. Never mind. At least I managed to get a decent amount out of this operation. The machine is special, Doctor. We have tried to approach it in the past, but the more the law of Laterano was gradually refined, the more difficult it became to try and figure it out its nature. Colsett did come up with a plan, but even she admitted it was a bit too daring.
So, what was the plan?
It's a really crude one. She never let me do it before. But my nature does give me a talent that ordinary people lack. Some extent. Of course, we should also thank our creators' open-minded attitude towards the technology exchange. Okay, this is the first time I'm trying this.
Technology exchange?
Stand back a bit, Doctor.
Routing through city communication post backdoor access port. Special privileges. AMA 10. Temporary access credentials. EL Caro 001. Oracle. Decoding complete. Authentication passed. Oracle. And field mentioned it. I mean, man, now that we have more connections to the ancient civilizations, the priestess civilization, having Endfields release new news nowadays is just the perfect time, isn't it? They probably planned that. Connected to PCS system. Thinking compassionate addition radiation link. Updating permission log.
If it wants to speed up the changes happening across Laterano, it will have to remove all of its underlying restrictions and break through its computational limits over and over. Which means that machine shouldn't left itself wide open to me. It won't have the time to limit my actions.
Wait, monster!
I'm trying to stop it. No, I'm not in control of the process anymore.
Oh. Oh. The flow of information does not come rushing in as you imagine. The clamor of computation has faded away at some point. You and Monster feel a peculiar feeling wash over the both of you. You seem to have stopped at a fork in the road. An old friend appears. Has she been walking alongside you the whole time? Or is it a chance encounter? In short, you see her. The color begins to drain out of your surroundings. It is as if time stands still. This is the stage built for your reunion. Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Holy. Okay.
Alright. Oh man, now I feel bad that I haven't read chapter 15 yet. But it's not that. I mean, it's not that harmful to my experience. After all, on Twitter, the Arknights community doesn't know how to shut the fuck up. So I have been, sadly, been exposed to a lot of spoilers. I tried my best to avoid them, but there's not much you can do, honestly. It's like trying to see a word without reading it.
Thank you for your hard work, AMA10. We meet again, Hiru. Our reunion has come much sooner than I imagined it. Just as I had hoped.
And that ends on that one hell of a cliffhanger. Is where I'm going to end this stream. Man, what a story. Holy. Tomorrow I will try to finish the story. The stream tomorrow is probably going to be much longer than this one. Oh, god damn it. I was hoping to at least be able to reach MT9 today, but I think it's too much. Let me see, how long have I streamed? 3 hours. Almost 4 hours. Could I try to take on MT9 today still? Oh no, it seems so... The last one was pretty long, honestly. I can read half of it. How about it? That should be fine, right? Hope so. Let me take another quick break, okay? To go to the toilet again. Because I have been drinking a lot of water. Oh, sorry. Forgot to lower the sound of the music. God damn it. Sorry. Alright, I'll be back. No, actually, change of plans. I just see the hour. It's 7 p.m. I don't want to keep making much noise at this late. Alright. So, okay, right, never mind, this is the end of the stream. Tomorrow I'll try to continue. I'll try to finish the story, I'll do my best to finish the story, I have to. Maybe I should try to start the stream a bit earlier. Not have it starts around like 2:30 p.m, 3 p.m. I don't remember at which time I started the stream. But yeah, tomorrow and from MT9 onwards until the very end. Ugh, I'm nervous. I'm nervous. This one was a long one. I hope I will be able to finish tomorrow. Alright. With everything said, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye. Man, this story is so fucking sick, man. Holy.